Yeah, the more interesting, the better. Oh, you can sit here in the shade.
Okay, all right, cool. Because I have a YouTube channel too, and this is what I do.
Nice. What's your name?
Jamal. My name's Jamal. Yeah.
Quaid.
Okay, Quaid. Nice to meet you, Quaid.
Nice to meet you. That's David.
Hi. Oh yeah, nice to
your
meet you,
name?
David.
I'm Jamal.
Yeah, Jamal. Yep.
And the little one.
Jamal.
This is Baby Kyle.
Yeah, they call me
Baby
Jay.
Kyle?
And,
Jay?
Yeah, but I go by Molly the Father on
All right.
YouTube.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Cool. Maybe we'll switch information.
Cool. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
I'm sorry. What was it again?
Jamal.
Jamal. Okay.
Yeah. Jamal.
All right. Jamal, what belief do you want to explore today?
I mean, possibly, the government's corrupt.
Okay. The government.
Let's
how many people do you think would ultimately disagree with that the government is corrupt in some way?
Not too many people, honestly, but I think it's a divide in the country. We got about half people believe that the government's for us, the other people believe the government's corrupt.
Oh, okay. So is it fair to say that you think that the government isn't for us?
They're not for, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The government isn't for us. Okay, all right.
And I would say, I'll say one of my most controversial ideas, I think is the most perfect idea that will fix the country.
Okay.
We have, like I said, I don't know what side of the spectrum of, politics you guys are on, really doesn't matter. I think they should, one thing we know is that the country is very, very divided. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. It's just, you can't get one side to agree with the other.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, we try to bring us together. It's good. I think we should divide the country in half. They should divide the whole entire freaking United States in half. Just like how we got the Dominican Republic and we got Haiti. I think we should have all the conservative people on one side and put all the liberal people on the other side. Give it 1 year and we will see which side is doing better. Personally, I think the conservative side will do a lot better. Okay. Some people may disagree.
So we should divide the country. We should divide the country in half.
Yes, just like Haiti.
Gotcha.
Because Dominican Republic's doing good and Haiti's doing terrible.
Okay, gotcha.
Sorry to cut you.
No, you're right. How confident would you say that you are in this claim?
100%.
100%? Okay. That's simple then. Okay. Is there anything that could increase your confidence that this is true? Is there anything you could find out that would increase?
That would help. That would even further support my idea.
Yeah.
Nah, just looking at the situation with Haiti and the Dominican Republic, and
okay.
It could be, some things could be cultural problems, some things could be, mismanagement with governments, things like that. Because Haiti was doing good at one time, you know what I mean? Even, like after the revolution and things like that. Then it started doing bad. It started to pick up again. Now it's doing bad again. And Dominican Republics all seems to be doing better.
Okay. Earlier you were saying, we should divide the country in half and then liberals on one side, Republicans on the other. And you anticipate one would do better than the other one. If you saw that one did do better than the other, would that increase your confidence that this was true, that we should divide it in half?
I mean, yeah, possibly, yeah. Okay. Possibly, but I don't know if that answers your question right, but I would say, like, whatever side is doing better, it should influence the other side to maybe adopt some of the ways of thinking of the other side.
Gotcha. And I'm asking just because you're at 100%, so I'm wondering how the confidence could increase if you're already at 100%.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it could get
Okay, gotcha.
It could probably decrease, but I don't think it can increase.
Okay, yeah. So then that's the other question. Is there anything that would decrease your confidence that this was true? That you could figure out, or maybe
if it doesn't work, maybe if the country gets worse because of like dividing it in half like that, maybe a war will start. That's
Gotcha.
That's possible, and that's something I'm sure none of us want. So I don't want that.
Got you. Okay. Just one initial. This isn't usually what we do, but I am interested. What do you see happening with like people who aren't either Democrat or Republican or liberal or conservative? What would they do?
Honestly, I think they will probably do the best out of everybody. They might develop their own independent. Oh, you're saying like what?
Yeah, if you divide the country in half,
okay,
and
I
there's
didn't
just
think
conservative and liberal, what would happen to the moderates and the?
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I don't know. Well, like I said, I think there's such a minority. Not saying that they don't matter, but there's such a. This is another. That's a whole other topic right there. But like, there's such a minority that it's like. you know, they would either have to pick a
Just
side, or they would have
Okay.
to maybe try to form their own little independent, you know, or something. Maybe like they can, like, you know, like go to Hawaii, see if they can.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So let's say that there's somebody that doesn't believe we should divide the country in half, and they say that they're at 100%. Do you think you might be able to explain some of the reasons why they're not, that they're at 100% in the opposite direction?
I would just tell them, you know, we haven't tried it out yet.
Yeah. What do you think what do you think their reasons for being at 100% that we shouldn't divide the country would be?
Well, most likely they would probably say, you know, division is bad, segregation is bad. We've had from slavery to Jim Crow days, so we know that segregation could be bad, but also forced integration, I think, is also not a good thing. If you got a group of whites who say, we don't like black people, I'm not, you know, if they don't bother me, I won't bother them. Then you got some people's like, no, we must come together. I think they're gonna say that, you know, division is bad, yeah.
Okay.
And
separation is bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other reasons that you could think of?
As far as
why they might be at negative 100 on this claim, or why they would take the opposite position?
Yeah.
Or is that
probably because, again, or maybe, like they said, like a war will break out. That's probably one of the worst things when it comes to division.
Okay.
It's like right now, like a civil war, you know, we're all living amongst each other. We all want to live in peace. When you divide people on this side geographically, it's easier for this people to try to plot against that side.
Yeah, okay.
So sometimes segregation, sometimes integration actually kind of keeps us safe. It keeps us from attacking each other, you know, because our kids go to school together.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I don't know. I have to take that back. I'm actually not 100% with the division thing the more I think about it now.
Okay.
Just from really self-reflecting now, because that is a big possibility. I think like a civil war could break out more.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that either, but that's a good point.
But at the same time, I think I just still too, like, you know, when everybody can't agree on things here in the country.
Yeah, it seems like we're having this issue where we can't agree on things, and that's causing a lot of problems.
It is.
But the divide the country in half might make that issue worse.
It could.
It's hard to know. It could not, right? Yeah, so, but ultimately what you were saying is if it doesn't work, then that would lower your confidence. But if it is working, then that would start to increase your confidence. Or, you know, you would just kind of know it. Okay.
Exactly that. And, you know, and I would say that's part of life. You know, we don't really know what can happen.
Yeah.
We don't know what decisions we're making is really the right decision. Sometimes we're all just kind of sort of freestyling, you know. We get up every day, we hope we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You know, like we hope we're setting up the interview, we hope we're doing good things.
Yeah.
You know.
So I am wondering, you know, I think one of the things that I think about with this is that, you know, you have like Ohio. Ohio's pretty conservative. You know, we voted differently.
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah, we did. We voted different. We voted for Obama, right? But you know, we voted for Trump too, right?
Oh, wow.
But then you have.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah. But then we have a place like Michigan that is more liberal. So they tend to vote liberal, generally speaking. And then you have like California that's obviously liberal, but then you have Texas that's conservative. So where would we divide the country, and how would we, you know, I guess how does this kind of...
That's another thing, because it'll be a big fight over, like, you know, you got people in New York, a lot of liberals like New York City, but they like California and San Francisco. And to be honest, I would say, in all fairness, instead of dividing it from like east to west, like they do in Haiti and Dominican, they would have to divide it north to south.
North to south.
And I mean, naturally, I would say all the liberals would probably go up north. And,
okay.
And all the conservatives would probably stay in the south.
Yeah, so that's kind of the way it was at one point too. Yeah. Okay, all right. Do you know how it worked in Haiti at all, or do you know anything about that situation?
I know a little bit, as far as like I know about during the slavery times when they were slaves in Haiti. I know they had a revolution.
Yeah.
And not too long after the revolution is when the country started getting worse.
Yeah.
You know, now again, I'm not saying that they were better off being slaves. I mean, nobody's better off being a slave, but it's like there was a lot of mismanagement. I think, you know, France, a lot of other countries did them wrong. They had to pay off France, something like for losing some, you know, I know a little bit about that, but I just know that the Dominican Republic has different government, different funding. I'm sure they didn't have the same revolution history and this and that. They probably didn't get screwed over by other nations like Haiti did. So But either way, I said still, there's a way to fix the situation. I feel like other government, like other foreign governments came in and messed them up more. Things like that. I'm not sure 100%. Like I said, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not fully educated. Yeah, but I know it is something to look. If you look up the Haitian Revolution, that was the first country in the world where it was like almost all the black slaves. They fought and pretty much fought the France, who was like the French were the ones who colonized them. The French pretty much fled.
Oh, okay.
And it pretty much said, here, you guys can have this fucking country. We're done. So they pretty much, it was a big thing in black history. They defeated. I'm surprised they don't teach it in schools enough. Like during Black Lives Matter, they didn't teach about this, surprisingly. But like basically all the slaves rebelled. They rebelled and formed their own military. Like they looked at the French military and copied their style. Like even Napoleon, I think, said in one of he was actually kind of like, sort of like giving them props, kind of like, man, he's wow, like I'm impressed. He was impressed that the slaves revolted and formed their own military. That's how Haiti became Haiti.
Yeah.
But it's a shitty country. So, and then, of course, a lot of white supremacists will say, well, they were better off under me. I'm kind of more in the middle. I'm like, well, there's some truth to that. They were better off if they would have really followed the way France is running their country. Gotcha. France is doing better than Haiti, obviously. So.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's all.
So you were saying, I think one of the reasons you were given about all of this was really that the country is already kind of divided. Like there's all this turmoil. Is there another option apart from dividing the country that you can imagine that might also fix the issue?
I mean, not a positive one.
Like, is there some other way to maybe reconcile these differences?
If everybody would take time to have these conversations. One thing I would say, like I said, I'm not too hard on really either side of the political spectrum. I'm one of like the independent thinkers that you would say. I'm one of the people that's kind of in the middle that wouldn't know which side to pick really. Yeah. But I will say this though, I know, and I hate to say this term because it's used so loosely, but I'll say like liberal media has a problem with reporting things that may go against their agenda, where it's like, like Carlson Tucker will invite some liberal guy on his show to have a debate. Candace Owens will debate whoever on CNN, whereas CNN won't debate the people who disagree with them. Okay. If you look at the way they interview Trump in interviews, they like, you're a bad person, you did this, you did that, and it's like they attack him right away. When Kamala, like, you're such a wonderful, beautiful black woman. How did you become this beautiful black woman? It's like, they already kind of like lead the questions. Okay. It's a lot of propaganda going on in the media.
So I wonder if that changed. Would that change your mind about this? Yes. Oh, okay. So if the liberal media was more fair.
Yes. If people would have more open discussions like how we're having now, would be a lot. We could solve a lot of the tensions. A racist guy, he could say, look, dude, you're a fucking, I don't like you, As long as you, hey, that's cool. I don't like you either. Now we have no reason to go to war now, because we already, everything's in the open now. I know how you feel. If I see you on my property, I know to keep my eye because I know how you feel. Gotcha. Versus a person who smiles and pretends, oh no, we're all together, but I secretly don't like you. Yeah. A lot of white liberals really don't like to be around black folks. I'm African American. I don't like to be around black folks sometimes. Okay. It's okay, and that's my thing. So, but I really don't have much time, y'all. Much left.
I actually have one other question. Which is based off of this conversation, would you say you kind of talked about your confidence changing? Would you put a different number now?
It's gonna be a drastic change number. I would say 50%.
50%.
Or I'd say I'm about 60%.
50, 60%.
60%. So yeah.
All right, Jamal. Thank you so much for the conversation.
Yeah, thank you too.
Have a good day.
Is there a way I can watch the interview or?
Yeah.
Yep. It'll be up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll take you to my YouTube channel, and then if you get a hold of me there, I'll send you information to find Quaid's channel.
Okay. How do I? Oh, yeah. Scan it with the camera.
You said you have a channel too, right?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Molly the Father.
What'd you say it's called?
Molly the Father.
Molly the Father.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, there you go.
Has anybody brought up that they think Stephen Hawkins was actually a retard?
No, I haven't heard that yet.
That's my crazy one.
Okay. Wow. Okay. That's an interesting claim. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah,
he thinks somebody else. Computer. He looks like a retard. I think someone programmed the computer.
Okay.
It's a joke. It's funny. It is a good part.
Oh no, I thought you were
That's
serious.
it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I totally believe that somebody would think that, so I didn't get the
There we
joke
go.
because to me, somebody
I
might
think my
really
thumb
like
was hitting
actually
the wrong
believe that.
thing.
No, I actually like
Oh,
think
wow.
that it's
Okay.
Oh,
possible.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha. All right.
But as a
Yeah.
joke, still, like a joke
Oh,
from
okay.
everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
gotcha.
sure. I sure will.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
just
I mean,
subscribe now.
yeah, could
Imagine
be.
if you set
I'ma
that
take a
joke up. You're like the
screenshot so
master.
like-
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that's
Perfect.
Sometimes it's hard to find the channels. Hey, again. Hey, I had fun, y'all.
Yep.
That's
Have a
great.
good day.
Nice. Yeah, yes, sir.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Nice to
Yeah.
meet you too.
Take care.
I got my bag.
Come on, guys.
I got my bag.
All right. That was probably my favorite one today.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
it was definitely a shift.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely. I mean, it was kind of a softball, I feel like, but I still like the way that it went. Oh. Yeah, because there was a lot of places to go with that. You know, there's a lot of different avenues to take that one. It's definitely something that's controversial. It is trying to solve. You know, at the root of that one was something that's really important, obviously, to him and a lot of other people. So it's really interesting to talk about that and get to maybe some of the things that he thinks would fix the issue that might be better alternatives to that.
Yeah.
But
I liked how you asked, well, how would this actually work? Like, how would we divide it?
yeah,
And
I
I
think
that
actually,
had a lot to do with the shifting, right? Like
yeah, I think there was something else that was said too.
the logistics of it.
Yeah, but one of the things that I like is several of those things came from him pretty organically. I asked a question, so you know I can say like I started the ball rolling, but he really started to push the ball after I just gave it a little nudge.
Yeah.
And that's what I like the most. That's my favorite type. You know, those are my favorite conversations where I feel like I'm not doing really even that much work.
Yeah.
It's the other person that is really being like, huh, they're making themselves reflect.
Right.
You're just there as kind of like a catalyst.
Yeah. Or a mirror.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
mirror, yeah. So that's ultimately, I think, why it was my favorite.
I may have been tempted to dig into, as he said, if one side does better than the other, what does better look like? What's the
Yeah, that's
criteria for better?
Yeah,
How would we know who's doing better?
yeah,
What if they both said that they're doing better? How could we tell?
yeah,
And the dividing of it, left or right, up or down, why is that a good way to do it?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I think, you know, even that or just the, you know, do you have any questions for me? I didn't get to ask that because, you know, of time, but I
Yeah.
think just an open conversation about it could have been really interesting too.
100 to 50, that's pretty epic.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty drastic. Yeah, but it, you know, yeah, it was a good one.
Cool. Yeah, it was a good spot.
Yeah, yeah, Yellow Springs. I told you, this is the spot to go.